Hello, welcome back to Tea and Toasties. I'm one of your hosts, Sabrina.
And I'm Rich. I'm the other one.
And welcome to episode 22.
22. What
you know
got?
what's coming, right?
23.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
I don't know that.
Taylor Swift.
Man,
Come
okay.
on.
I know.
Iconic. It's our
Really?
one chance.
What
22.
age was she when she wrote that?
22.
What?
Why would she lie?
That's
That'd
incredible.
Be so weird if she was like now writing, I feel 22. She was 22 when that came out.
That's funny. We were just talking about Taylor Swift, which she just came up again.
Yeah.
Like let's go with the pod, let's get going.
Yeah, pretty that.
And she also came up on Friday.
If you're hanging out with me.
Well, it's going to happen.
Also, she's making big moves right now.
She's making all the moves.
She bought her music back.
Mm-hmm.
Sure y'all heard. Crazy.
Yeah.
Just an icon, just a legend.
Crazy.
That's all I can say about the matter.
Well, we were talking. You were educating me.
Yes.
On Swiftie, the lore and the Easter eggs and the T Swift lucky number 13.
The Tay Voodoo.
The Tay Voodoo.
Yeah.
And then right, can you recall? Tell people what happened. We'd just been talking about the Tay Voodoo and the number 13, and then what happened?
Right. I'm telling him about the albums getting back and then what that means and the Taylor's versions and then all the and it went down a road of Easter eggs and what kind of Easter eggs she does. And, 13 is her favorite number. And she's always using 13 in certain ways. Certain things always add up to 13.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we got done talking, he's like, what's the time?
Hang on. No, it's right before there. Back up.
Oh.
Because you were making the boxes.
Oh, I was
remember?
boxing. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to stop here. I had made 11.
Uh-huh.
And there were two more boxes.
Left.
Only two sitting right there to be folded. And he goes, well, you might as well do those other two. And then it'll be 13 boxes. And I was like, oh my God, that's so weird. I get done making the boxes. As soon as I'm done with the boxes, he's like, what time is it? And what time was it again?
It added up to 13.
It added up to 13.
But it was what? It would have been 4:30. Do the math, please. Math is not mathing. 4:30 what?
6.
4:36.
Which
Perfect.
is the number of pages in the Aerostar book.
Fuck off.
I'm pretty sure. Because that adds to 13.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it was and he was like, Rich was more gagged than I was. And he's like, this is crazy. Isn't it crazy? And I was like, kind of is crazy, but it's the Tay Voodoo that we were talking about.
Okay.
She controls my life.
Wow.
She's pulling the strings.
Pulling
always.
the strings. You're the mere puppet.
Yeah, but that was fun. I
That
mean,
was fun.
that feeling that you had, that's why she does that shit. I think. And that's why the fans are so because fun. It's like just a game. Everything is, and when you crack it, you're like, oh my God, it adds up to this and this. And then when it actually happens, it's like, holy shit, you feel like a little investigator, detective or
sleuth.
something.
Yeah, you sleuthed it. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of, going back on it, what we were kind of talking about with the signs and shit. And, the signs are out there, or it's just your brain. The brain makes connections. That's what it does.
Exactly.
It solves puzzles.
Yeah.
But, or is it with the Taylor Swift stuff? Is it kind of just reading more into it, but it's already there? What's going on? It's
funny because it's yes and no, right? Because yes, she does these things on purpose, so they are real. When they, these coincidences have been set up by her.
Exactly.
But then at other times, there's so many Easter egg theories that people come up with that never pan into anything.
Pan
it just
out, right.
happens to add up in all these weird little ways that seem too specific.
Yeah.
But just that's what the Tay Voodoo is. It's like, how is this happening?
Do you think, though, that because she's laid down so many of these little clues and things that do connect, that there's bound to be sort of overspill parking of other bits and pieces that do wedge in there or do nicely fit in there as well, because there's so much of it, Just
a little happy coincidence.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then she'll just do stuff. I think she kind of plants a bunch of shit sometimes just to come out of left field and be
right.
Oh, actually, I'm doing it random.
Yeah.
And you would have never guessed. Yeah.
I bet she loves all that.
Oh, yeah. I told you how her Easter egg started. We'll do a quick little...
Go on.
And then we'll wrap up this section. But
I know you could just make this a Taylor Swift episode.
I know, that's why I was like, I can't get into it. But her very first album, the start of the Easter eggs pretty much was... when you bought a CD and you had a little booklet inside of all the lyrics and stuff.
Yes.
Her first CD had the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
They were all lowercase. Certain letters were uppercase randomly throughout in the middle of a word.
I could crack that myself. Yeah.
And then you took the letters from all the capital letters.
Yeah.
It made a word, and it was either the name of the person that song was about or a clue that led you to who the song is about.
Even better.
So stuff like that. And when people were like, oh my God, wait, there's something in here. Right. Then everyone started investigating everything. And then she knew that. And then it just piled and piled.
Isn't that smart?
It is smart.
I mean, if you like the music, you're going to get that. But then you're going to be more incentivized to buy it anyway, because then you've got this extra fucking thing to do.
It's just her funny little way of like, all it really is, it's just like she was just a teenage girl having fun, being cheeky.
Yeah.
And of course, other teenage girls loved it.
Right.
And now she's just leveling up. Yeah, and everyone's growing with her. Like that.
Yeah.
That is why she is Taylor Swift.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't just go, she didn't look at it maybe as a marketing thing and go, oh, 5 years into her journey, she said, we're going to now start doing Easter eggs.
Right.
It started from the beginning.
It's just her personality. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what a way to make a fan base.
Amazing.
Just tight knit. Yeah. That's why I was like, I can't get into Taylor Swift because I will get into Taylor Swift. It would be a problem.
Yeah.
And here I am. She sucked me in.
Yeah. You're double cheeked.
Yeah. So I was like, the lore is crazy and I can't just kind of half-ass like something. I have to go all in.
All in.
So yeah. Anyways, enough.
All right. You could talk about Taylor for forever.
We should have done a Taylor app on 13. God,
stupid. What the frick? All right. Well, delete that one. I don't even remember what it was.
I don't either.
Okay. Well, there was me worried because I do like some ep prep.
And you do like ep prep, yeah.
I do. And I didn't have any for this week. I got something in mind for next week, and I didn't want to just a teaser. I didn't want to do it this week because it's not quite cooked.
Right. It's better, I think, to just come in blind with no ep prep than a half-ass ep prep.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I think we've come to that agreement.
Don't
half-ass.
Two things, whole ass one thing. Got it.
And so I didn't want to do that. And then I thought on the way here, I don't want to say about my journey. Well, about my journey on the way here.
I do know about your journey.
An hour longer than normal.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Kind of for the best because I had my alarm set and I woke up and it was like 10. I was like, oh no, he's been here. And I had
waiting outside.
Text from you, but I didn't have a call. And I was like, he's not here.
Back to sleep. You rolled over.
I didn't go back to sleep. No, because I was like, I'll be so fucked if I go back to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were like traffic town.
Yeah. And of course I was thinking like, but we won't do that. We'll save that for next week. And I was thinking, what will we talk about? And then I just thought, Rich, trust the process.
Yeah.
It's like, I saw you Friday at work and I saw you yesterday at work.
Yep.
And, we talked about...
All we did was talk.
Everything about the Taylor Swift. Yeah. We talked about, animals.
Animals.
That you would drive, but not you'd knock up, accidentally hit, hit and run on some furry animals, and which ones would you rather hit and not hit? And I think we concluded that squirrels you can't touch.
I said none, basically.
Well, none. I threw in the snake.
A little frog in the road. I said I would be so sad. Yeah, it has happened before, and I'm sad about it.
Yeah,
only for
they would pop
30 seconds. But and then he's like, "What about a snake?"
Snakes.
And I was like, I think I'd still be a little bit like, damn, that sucks. But be fine about it.
I think you'd be running over it and then reversing and going back over it.
No, I don't mind snakes that much. Because then I even said a spider, which I hate.
True.
I've been getting Nemesis. Sad about killing them now. I don't know what's happening to me.
You softening up?
Like, why should we and animals be more special than bugs? Like, they don't have feelings and things to a certain extent. They just feel things differently. I know in their little brains. What are they thinking about? Who knows? Are they thinking? Do they have brains? Yeah, I just don't think I should have any business going around killing anything.
Right.
On purpose or otherwise.
On purpose or otherwise, accidental. Yeah.
Especially because we are on their turf.
Exactly. We're sharing it.
It makes me sad every time I see a dead animal on the road for many reasons, but mostly that one because I'm like, they're just living their life.
Getting on with it. Yeah.
And everyone's always like, they're so dumb, they should stay out of the road. I'm like, how would they know?
Yeah. That road wasn't there.
Yeah. How are they supposed to be like, this is asphalt, the thing that cars drive on? They don't know that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know. We looked into that.
So yeah, we got all into that.
Of course, we did a bit more of the cicada stuff. That's just ongoing.
That's ongoing. They're popping around. They're going crazy.
Oh,
so yeah, we're always talking about the cicadas.
Always.
I'm telling everyone about the cicadas. I'm like, did you know?
Did you know? Fun fact.
Did you know? Oh, mentions.
Let's go. I've got some. I want you to do yours first.
I don't even have really any. I can think of. All I want to say is, how about that ad, eh?
How about that ad, eh? It's good, isn't it?
Spooky.
So you've heard it already. You heard it last week, and you'll hear it this week. Yeah, brand new. It's our third ad, our third commercial.
I think we're just going to get into like writing ads and jingles and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
We drop this whole pod.
So we're putting our services out there. If anyone likes those ads.
That was crazy.
What is it?
Nothing.
Is that not what you say?
I think it was. I just my ears went. Ooh. I liked it.
We're putting our services out there. We'll go again.
Oh, you said our services.
Oh, we're putting our asses out there.
I thought you said ourselves, but then you added an ES, like ourselves is what I thought you said, ourselves is. And I was like, is that right?
I like it though.
Other way?
Now it is. It's a thing.
That's hilarious.
We're putting ourselves is.
Ourselves is. Our whole ass, ourselves and our
I
services.
thought you said we're putting our asses out there.
That's so funny. Look at us. We're so... What's even happening?
I don't know.
So you have mentions?
Yeah, I do actually. I do have a mention.
Let's go.
Yeah, the mention being, I was over at our favourite pub.
That one.
Again, I found myself there. I'm being drawn in. You know, what is going on?
Or a moth to the flame. You're a cicada killer to the cicada.
So I was over there Saturday because, it was the last game of the season, the finale of the whole football season. Soccer to you American friends.
We know what you're talking about.
Okay. And
we don't watch football on this pod.
And so it was a final. Me and JB went over there. We were ready. We wanted to watch it. It was no English teams in there. It was Inter Milan versus, remind me, PSG. PSG.
Don't ask me.
I was asking myself to remind myself.
PlayStation game?
Myselfsies. So it's PSG versus Inter. And, shit game, basically.
Shite.
Yeah, boring, because the French team won very easily, 5-0.
You had a boring game last time you went too, right?
I know. So you got to look outside of the game and go, what else is going on?
Yeah,
right?
Trampoline,
where could this lead? So as you know, I was over there on the Wild Wednesday. And, it led to trampoline fun and all sorts, right? So I was thinking, what's going to happen this week? I was hoping the fella was going to...
A new friend.
Yeah, a new friend was going to turn up again and we could just further the chat and then I could ask him about this whole English thing.
Yeah.
English lessons for his buddy. Anyway, he didn't show, but I was over at the toilets queuing up. And there was a guy. There was a bit of confusion about like who's next and whatnot.
All right.
So I said to this guy, "So, are you in front of me?" And then behind me, someone walked past and goes, "Rich, everyone's before you." And I was like, "What the fuck? Who's that?" So I look round, and it's Tom. You don't think you know Tom? Tom's an old football buddy. I used to play football with him.
Oh.
In the over 40s league.
Right.
Good few years back now.
Yeah, I remember this.
And actually, I've also bumped into him at a Pink Bed show.
Oh,
yeah.
Shouts out.
I think, yeah. So he was like, "Are you playing soccer still?" I was like, "No, I haven't played in years, but I'm thinking about it if you're asking." And he was like, "Well, all right, we'll speak later," because he was off to the bar to get a beer. And I was ducking in the toilet. Anyway, then I get back to the you're looking at the thing.
I was looking at the time.
Yeah, I'm going to get a move on.
No, the actual time.
And I got rubbies.
Oh my God, she came running in.
I know.
And a pop.
Oh, she wants real rubbies.
What the heck?
Anyway, I see Tom talking to his buddy at the bar, and he's pointing at me. I'm like, I don't know what's going on there. Turns out Tom is now playing over 50s.
Oh.
Yeah, we've all moved on in age.
Right.
And Tom's like, "So you want to play?" And I said, "Well, hang on, let me assess." So I was just like doing the the knee test, the shoulder test, is anything aching that shouldn't be?
Because you had to stop kind of because you...
Yeah, I got things going on.
Yeah.
But for some reason, magic has happened and things don't hurt.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, Tom, I think I'm good to go. So he said, right, there's the captain over there. He's going to speak to you later. You swap numbers and we'll play in the fall. So they got to round out the last season. So it's on. They've got 2 weeks to go and I might do some summer pickup. You know, where you just turn up and everyone's playing. Yeah, I'm going to do a bit of that just to get into some kind of condition. And then I'll be raring to go for some fall soccer.
Nice.
So I was thinking, you know, I didn't get to see the buddy from last week, the new friend.
Right.
But this happened.
I know.
Is it the place? What's going on?
I mean, you met a guy who plays soccer at a soccer pub?
Yeah. Is that happenstance? Is it just meant to
but
be?
But also you can think of it as like, if the other guy had showed, I probably would have been distracted in talking to him and I wouldn't have seen this guy again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or I could have been in the toilet when he walked past.
Right.
He wouldn't have known. I know we talked about that to death probably recently, but I hope it's... I still haven't fathomed it out, to be honest.
Wow, I haven't fathomed.
No.
Lost to fathom. I don't think you ever will fathom. That's like what we talked about. Always learning.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
that's exciting.
Isn't it?
A little summer activity.
Summer activity. So, yeah, that was my one mention, really, from the week. Apart from... What else has been going on? I don't know. It's been quite regs, really.
Yeah, I don't think I have any mentions. Just been chilling. Working, gaming, editing.
Doing some home stuff.
Home stuff, yeah.
Yeah. I came round this morning and here's going to shoot a word out here. I don't know if it's a word. Unbeknownst. Unbeknownst.
To me.
Unbeknownst to you.
Yeah.
It was a cracking day out there.
It's cracking. I know. Unbeknownst to me because my cave that I live in.
Yeah.
There's no direct sun.
No.
It faces a mountain that's just full shade from the building that I'm in.
Yeah.
And it looks, well, right here it looks good on this end.
We can see a little bit.
But in my living room, it looks as if it could be raining.
Absolutely.
Just shade.
Yes.
No, even like, I can't even tell if it's sunny.
No.
I looked at the weather, it said 71, but I was like, okay. And when we stepped outside, I was blinded.
Oh, I know.
Like, ah!
What did you say? You're like, well, we went to get coffee.
Said it's hustling and bustling out here.
And then your skin started to melt. The sun was hitting it.
It's crazy. My eyes were burning out of my sockets.
So, yeah, that kind of reminded me of other things I've been kind of thinking about this week that actually have also cropped up. I was just talking to Johnette we were talking about sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we know...
Just say it. I'm just kidding.
Your ears must have been burning. Sizzling.
Sizzling in the sun.
We were talking about sleep, and we know it's... it's an ongoing thing for you. We've talked about it touched on it on the pod before about sleep and sleeping habits and things like that. And she was telling me about some interesting things about how she manages to drop off to sleep.
Yeah.
Some little sleep hacks that she tries. And she said, you should tell Sabrina about those. So I can, if you want to go into those, or we can get into circadian rhythms, not circadian rhythms.
Cicada rhythm?
Circadian rhythms.
Circadian rhythms. My nemesis is the circadian rhythm.
Tell me why. Go.
I've never had a good one.
Oh, you never had a good rhythm? You've got rhythm.
I've got great rhythm. Maybe that's why it's too much in one camp.
Too much in one camp. So the circadian rhythm has to suffer.
You know, guys, it's just like my brain is so big. It's always thinking, I just can't turn it off. And it just takes so much energy. No, I shout out my parents.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I've told you this. They, worked nights, and then one worked night, the other one didn't, and whatever. And when I was little kid, they're just trying to make it work. Great plan. My brother is a year older than me, so when he went to kindergarten, I was home. They didn't want to put me in preschool. They're like, we got it. We can, why pay for that? We can watch her. But my dad, I think, worked nights. And my mom was gone at work in the day. I would stay home with my dad during the day. But if he had to sleep to work, they wanted me to be sleeping with him
Yes.
Because I can't just be up
no, you can't.
running around with no
doing your thing.
Watching.
Yeah.
So they would keep me up as late as possible so that I would sleep all day with my dad the next day pretty much. And that's how I was born. That's now what I do. And then of course I went to high school and I was like, once the internet came, I was on Tumblr.
Yeah.
All hours of the night,
right?
And I hated school, so I was like, "Who cares?"
Well, it's a natural progression, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like when you move into teen years, you know what? In most teens, I would have thought of staying up later.
Yeah.
They're moving into more of a nighttime person because the fun shit happens at night, right?
Yeah, and then it just kind of stuck, and now it's at the point where it's like I don't really want it anymore, but it's still there. Sometimes I want it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to stay up late playing games.
Wouldn't it be good if you could control it?
Right. But it's like, I feel it's too far gone.
Do you think it's ingrained?
To be reversed. It also is kind of ingrained because like my dad is kind of the same way. He's very much like me where he just wants to like, he's a night owl. Wants to do stuff at night, stay up late. Like not a morning person really.
Yeah.
So I think it just is the way I am.
Right. So it's, I don't know. I mean, we'll probably, look into this and fact check all this. But so you're saying maybe it could be a little bit hereditary or it's just habit, or is it a combo of both?
I think it's both.
Hereditary and the habits that you're brought up with in your informative years, moving into your teens, and it continues and shit like that.
And like not even just like the physical, it's like the mental state too.
Yeah.
Which when I was in high school, it was like, well, I hate everything I'm doing during the daytime. School, homework, that shit.
Yeah.
So when I'm home,
so power down during the day.
Time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to extend it as much as possible.
Right.
Why would I waste this time sleeping when I can be up doing stuff I can't do when I'm at school or whatever? And then, just power through school and then just do it over and over and over again. And now,
go on.
I'm at the point, I said it to you before, where I'm like, now I don't hate my day, but I'm still in that mindset of like, I have to stretch and get everything out of the night as possible and don't go to sleep because then it's already the next day. And
Whereas maybe the habit has spilled over into adulthood and, it's the habit and it's just, my day doesn't suck. But obviously the nighttime is where, I can do my things. It's on my time.
It's my time.
Yeah. I can do the fun things I want to get into. I have obligations, responsibilities, all during the day. I've got to go and do the thing to the best, It's not like it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
But, of course, who doesn't want to come home and do your fun things?
Just do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Just the option to do whatever you want. Yeah. Is like that feeling.
And for you, I think that's super. One of your big things is that why should I be told?
I want to be on my time all the time.
Yeah. A lady of leisure.
Yeah.
Right. Ladies that do lunch. That's you.
Exactly.
Oh well, no, ladies that
lunch
do.
Ladies.
What's the nighttime snacks?
Midnight snack.
Exactly.
I don't know.
It doesn't rhyme as well.
I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know what I was going to say, but I'm like, I know it's, I'm in the trenches currently because I got a tub of frosting that you're supposed to just frost cake with, like a Pillsbury thing. And I've just been eating it with a spoon.
What time would this be happening?
Oh my God. Anytime.
Okay.
Usually after dinner, I don't go crazy. Like sometimes randomly in the middle of the day, I will, or like after dinner, instead of like having an ice cream or something, I'll just like dip in there and have a couple bites. And I'm like, oh,
that's a flag.
I'm like, this is how I know. It's like, like a rom-com when instead of eating the tub of ice cream, like this is what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm like, she's unwell.
That's funny you mention that because now I haven't been Googling this shit, right? But I on the what's it called, Google Pocket, and an article pops up, and it's like, and it come up, and it was something the difference between night owls and the early bird, right?
Yeah.
And it was also there's some research that had been done recently, about a correlation between they'd done a study, and it was the night owls and how cognitively. It's affecting them a lot more. They've got more of a decline in older age because people are living longer.
Oh, no.
So they're able to study this shit now, for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
And they're saying that there is some direct and science, they've looked into it, the science and all the whatnot. And there's some actual correlation
Yeah.
between the night owls and a cognitive decline.
Wow.
Now, they said there's reasons for that.
So you're saying my frosting is an indicator of my cognitive decline?
Yes. But you ain't got to worry just yet.
Oh,
There's hope. There's hope. Now, they say there's probably the reason that night owls are presenting this.
Yeah, I have a theory.
Okay.
But no,
well,
I want to hear.
You do? Just to confirm the theory?
I'll say mine after.
All right. Okay. Well, it's because night owls, you know, all the fun, like we just said, all the fun shit happens at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as if you're gonna get up, roll out of bed, and start plowing into the frosting, are you?
Right.
So you're more likely to do. Yeah, right. You're more likely to do that at night. You're more likely to smoke at night. You're more likely to have a beer at night, or
at night.
You know, or in the evening, you're going to do these things that aren't actually good for you.
The indulging
things.
Under the cover of night. Yeah.
No one can see me because it's dark.
Sneaking around like a little rat scurrying into the kitchen. Yeah.
Open up the fridge. Whoa, it's light.
Yeah.
Move away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's because night owls are, you know, they're staying up longer and then they're like, oh, I'm awake. Let me head into the kitchen and see what I can get into. Or let me crack open a beer. It's okay. It's, you know, it's 1 a.m. That's when you can drink a beer. And while I'm smoking a cigarette. And so all those things health-wise are obviously piling on. Plus, it's a little bit of sleep deprivation. That doesn't help.
I think it's just not good for
So it's all those, air quotes, bad habits.
Yeah.
That then would contribute to what they're finding, what they're seeing.
So that's what the article said?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What were your thoughts? Does it confirm or?
No, it's. I believe that for sure.
Yeah.
But but I'm not doing any of that.
Right.
Just like in here.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it kind of makes sense because if you think about it, say, okay, I'm up late, so I'm going to be tired during the day.
Yep.
Brain's not really braining during the day. By the time the brain starts braining, it's nighttime when I should be sleeping. But then there is the body's natural want to sleep when it's dark.
Yes.
As humans, right? So I can imagine if you get older, you have less of that, you know, strength to stay up late. So you're just tired like 24/7 now. The brain isn't braining during the day and then it's just shutting off again at night naturally. Yeah. And it's so therefore your brain's not having as much cognitive
less energy
time to be.
That could be it.
As other people.
That could be also one of the factors.
And I do feel that way. I know many a morning person. I'm looking at one right now. And Aaron as well. And there's an energy about you guys, and it's like, it's just like a woo, like a I can see it. Like you're like a little shine, a little Energizer bunny running around. Like you guys just have this like,
let's get into some shit.
I'm ready to go every day, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever like. It's rare when I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
Right.
And that's a different issue, but I think that's also just the morning person thing. It's just you guys are like fresh.
Right.
Excited.
Yeah. Now, is that because we have, I mean, ideally, I'm in bed for most of the time. You know, I'm in bed at 10.
Right.
And, you know, I set my alarm last night. Jonette, she had to get up earlier. She's a bit, you know, well, she's a lot like you in a lot of ways.
She is, but damn, can that bitch get going?
Oh, I know. Once she's up and about, she's crushing shit.
She is. Yeah. She's always.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, we're like similar in all these ways. And I'm like, oh, thank God, someone like me. And then she's out there doing so much stuff. And I'm like, no, you can't also do that. You can't do that. Yeah.
Probably she's like, dang, rich.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, I've got to keep up a little bit.
I don't think, maybe, I don't know. I think that's just her.
She has her own motivations.
It's her personality. I think she probably has more of that, like maybe a shame or a guilt if she doesn't.
Which I have that,
which I think is a natural motivator, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Everyone's got their own reasons to not do every single thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were setting our alarms and I was like, it's 10 o'clock, sweet. If I set my alarm for 6, I still get my 8 hours. That's the recommended amount. All is good. And, there's another thing that we were talking about just this week, a little bit about sleep. And so you said, so what are you doing? You know, are you when your head hits the pillow, are you,
what's going on?
Are you out?
Yeah.
Are you just gone? Are you like 5 seconds and gone? Or are you laying there thinking a bit? What are you doing? So we went through our kind of sleep routine a little bit.
Yeah, because that seems to be the thing, more so with men, I found. And, you know, it's a running joke. Oh, my husband just goes right to sleep or whatever.
Yeah,
and,
head hits the pillow.
Yeah, and I'm just, so I was like, I do need to wonder, because you'd just be sleeping. Aaron, too, can just close his eyes and go right to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what's happening? Do you just close your eyes and your brain is off? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because my brain is never off.
I know.
And then we were talking about things to do and how to trick. But I'm like, my brain's always like one step ahead. I'm like, my brain is thinking of the thoughts that are trying to trick my own brain.
I know.
And then my brain can see that going on meta as well. And it's like... It's hard to trick my own brain.
I've had further thoughts to that.
And then I had the intrusive where I'm like, well, I have to start thinking about these good things so I don't get to the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, the bad stuff. Right. What's the bad stuff? And then it starts, and I'm like, no, wait.
I know. I've definitely had further thoughts to that. Let's bookmark that, get back in.
Okay.
Before we do, I just wanted to quickly hop back to what we were talking about there a little bit. And it all works together. You know, it's one big thing. But the night owl versus early bird, right?
Yeah.
And the circadian rhythms.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people, you know, whether you're inheriting that shit or it's that plus habit. But yeah, the rhythm of it is, you know, it's like your internal clock, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the principle behind it being light.
Right.
So that's what made me also think when I came in here this morning.
Yeah.
And I was saying to you, damn, you know, weather report, by the way, it's a fucking great day out there. It's like 70 degrees already. It's nice. And you know, but you wouldn't know it in here. Yeah. So I had this thought, we call it the cave in here. It's pretty very cave. And you've explained why. Yeah. But I was wondering whether that could be contributing.
I mean, yeah, probably.
You know, because...
But also kind of always been this way, you know, certain things. Yeah. And then I had my periods. Like it comes and goes. Right. I don't know. But usually it's odd that it's summer and it's happening, right? Because we talked about the SADs and stuff before.
Well, the SADs, yeah.
But I feel like I didn't have the SADs.
You did have SADs.
And then it came and I was like, oh shit.
Yes.
And
am I getting extra SADs?
It came delayed.
Yeah.
So now it's still here.
I know. Yeah. Why is it still hanging around? Because it makes sense during the winter because there's less natural sunlight. It's darker. The nights are drawing in and all that jazz, right? So what the natural light will do is trigger physiological activities in the body. Yeah. And it triggers, it regulates body temperature. Yeah. And it gets metabolism going. Yeah. And it's your internal clock. So it resets that for you. So in theory, it'll have you regulated on the 24-hour clock cycle of day and night. Right. So it's all triggered by light, which, comes in through the eyeballs and then the retina and it triggers and shit and everything happens. So I was thinking maybe it's just the light, the start of your day. So in the morning you would
stare into the sun.
Yeah, seek the light, head into the light. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like get out there first thing. Well, you got to get out of bed first.
Run out the door.
Yeah, run out the door and go into the light. And this is what I've read. They say the very first thing to do in the morning is to try and get your 20 minutes of day. Sit out there and just have your quiet time, sip on your coffee. And that is when the sun, the rays, it's going to help your circadian rhythm and reset it and tell you that this is morning. Yeah. This is morning because it's light. Yeah. And so and this is where all your systems get going. Yeah. And it's pushing you forward to move through the day on this schedule. Yeah. I was tired as hell when you got here and then we went outside. Yeah. Oh.
And then I was more awake, but I don't know.
Oh. What are you saying?
It's funny you say that because Aaron suggested the other day that we sleep like we have the blinds open so that when the sun does rise in the morning, whatever light we do get will come into the bedroom instead of it just being like a cave.
Cave, yeah.
sounds like a great idea. I just don't like sleeping with the blinds open.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The scare factor. Yeah.
Even though like, I don't think anyone it's
right.
I'm just like, I don't like that. It makes me like, ugh, I got to close the blinds in there at night. But there's that alarm clock.
Yeah. Go on.
It's expensive though, I think.
Oh.
So if y'all want to sponsor, hit me up. I will do nothing but talk about it if it works.
Sabrina's Venmo. We'll give you the deets at the end of the show. We can all
just send me one, please. Yes. I think it's called Hatch.
I love that.
Hatch alarm clock, and it uses light. And I think like soft sound as well that gradually builds, but the light, I think it's like an hour or maybe less before you wake up, and it just like starts slow, like the sun.
It's brilliant.
It's as if the sun is in your bedroom.
Brilliant.
And it just gets brighter and brighter naturally. And you're supposed to be able to just use that and no sound, and that's how you wake up.
That's brilliant.
I don't know if that worked for me because I feel like I could get hit by a train and still not wake up sometimes, but I don't know.
Talk me through. Right, you say to me, right, I slept through my alarms today. Dude. And I'm like, what? How many fucking alarms do we have here?
I don't think people understand, like, when I say that. It just sounds like I quite literally woke up and I remember nothing except going to sleep the night before. And my alarms are off or they're going off and I'm just laying there and it's an hour past. Hey! She is being rowdy today.
She is. She wants that bagel.
I think she wants us to play, but like I cannot.
Well, hang on. Let me throw this bowl. You want to play? You do. Well, I can't get it through there. Oh.
Right back. What the hell was I just saying? Oh, yeah. So like, okay, for example, for work, right? Plan to be there by 9. I have my first alarm at 7:30.
Right.
Then I have like 7:45, and then I have an 8, and then my final last is 8:15 because I'm supposed to leave at 8:20.
But we're not talking snooze. You're not hitting snooze. It's just you've got one alarm, then another one set, and another
Sometimes
set. All
I
on
will
all on the phone.
The first one, but even a snooze, it just goes off every 9-minute interval. So then, if you really think about it, that's an extra alarm added into my other alarms because I'm going to have those intervals plus the snoozed one.
Yeah.
But most mornings, it's literally I wake up and I don't know what time it is. I've heard nothing. I usually know if I wake up to nothing, I'm like, I've overslept. Like, it's rare I wake up before my alarm. But I'll wake up and be like, oh my God. And my alarm is just sitting there going off.
Yeah.
Or I'm turning it off in my sleep is what I think is happening because it will be silenced.
Yes.
And then you'll call or something and the vibration of the phone call will wake me up. But that's weird because I have my alarm to vibrate as well. I don't know what's happening, but it's always been this way.
Yeah, yeah.
Even in like high school, it was, my mom can attest, it was always like sleeping through my alarm, waking up late. I mean, I think it is just the rhythm thing. I just got to get that.
You're in that habit.
My brain is like, why would you be awake right now?
Right. All right. Well, let's do this instead of, I'm not going to do some big experiment, but I'm just going to switch tracks. We've talked about the waking up part. Now the nighttime shit, right? So the going to sleep part. So as we know, you have problems sometimes with just going to sleep.
Yeah.
So talk me through like your sleep hygiene.
It's not great.
I don't mean just by, doing a posh wash and...
I do shower. I like to shower at night, which I think does help.
I think that helps.
That gets my brain like, instead of like a morning shower, like I'm feeling refreshed. Every time I shower, I'm like, it's time to chill.
I think that's a check mark. Yeah, that's great.
So I do have that, but I've been doing that. I've always been a night shower, so that's not really anything that's going to change. I don't think the sleeping. Recently, it's shit just because I want to play games.
You're fine.
Yeah, Alex wants to play. I want to play. It's like I go through those zones where I just want to play games and I'm up later than usual. But the way I see it is like I'm awake as long as I would be if I was just laying in bed anyways. Yeah. So I might as well do something with this time instead of just laying there.
I love that. Yeah. That's being productive.
That's the logic there.
Yeah. Well, let's remove the game thing and just go to a regular schedule.
So I'll get in bed, lay there. I will try to lay there as long as I can without giving in to the phone. And I don't mean scrolling. I don't scroll. Yeah. I have to listen to something, a comfort TV show or a YouTube video, just to distract the brain. Yeah. So like I'll lay eyes closed, like, okay, trying to go to sleep. Yeah. but then the brain just goes and goes and goes and goes. And then I usually don't last very long, maybe 5-10 minutes before I'm like, okay, I have to shut this brain up. And then I'll go, I usually have the AirPods in or just one, and I'll play my TV show.
Yeah.
And then go to sleep. But most times it's me. I've watched, 10 episodes of a show or listened to 10 episodes.
You binged 10.
So I'm like, fuck.
Dang. Okay. Dude, I was going to say
I'm also not watching it either. The phone is like on
exactly. That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
With just the sound playing lightly in my ear, just has like a...
Yeah.
Which I know also isn't good, but I'm like, that is the trick that's worked for me.
Yeah.
And I don't want the alternative, which is just the brain going, because it just like...
Yeah.
That ruins my whole vibe.
Oh, I know. All right, I've got 2 notes on that. So the screen thing you've covered, because as we know, and I think, used to when phones weren't a thing, and, yes, we used to sit in front of the TV and watch shows, before bed and shit like that, right? But they say, yes, you want, the brain is going to be triggered and going to think it's daytime when the natural light is coming in, but it's the blue light, it's the artificial light, that can also mess up your natural rhythms. And so if you're looking at the phone or the TV late at night, that can also, it's those short waves that make the eyes take in the short waves and then triggers everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like the cortisol is too high, and melatonin is not enough of that is being produced. That's the sleepy one. So all of this shit can be out of whack when, first of all, the circadian rhythms aren't in alignment, kind of deal.
Yeah.
So it's the screen time that can really screw that up. So the prep, like prepping for nighttime, like getting your body and your mind both used to the idea that, it's got dark. That's triggered. Is triggering or setting my everything into the motion that we're getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
So screen time, screen's gone, and then. What I've been doing recently is just getting a book, like a physical book.
Yeah.
And focusing on that. And that's also then, and a nice cup of tea, sleepy tea. Mm-hmm. And I'll do the nighttime shower sometimes because it's that nice warm water that calms you down, settles you down. So all the things that you can do to prep your mind and body into, right, okay, we're on this train.
Yeah. And
then your actual sleeping space, the bedroom, then they'll say, this, like lower the cool, dark place.
Gotta have that.
Yeah. For optimal sleep conditions.
Yeah.
And then, just the darkness and even a nice noisemaker, white noise, which you have that going on.
Yeah.
And then here's the kicker, the key, I think, to all of this.
Okay.
And I think this is if you could solve this bit right here, I think you're sleeping like a baby.
Okay, let's go.
It's the mind, obviously.
Oh,
it's
scratch that.
You're fucked.
I'm fucked.
Yeah. No, it's the quietening of the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's there's thinkers, underthinkers, and overthinkers.
That's the thing. It's like, I don't even think I'm an overthinker. And I'm thinking too much, but I'm not thinking too much about one thing.
No, it's...
You know what I mean?
It's going everywhere. Here, there, and everywhere.
Going.
Yeah.
Whereas like overthinking is like in the moment, like thinking about one thing and
focusing
thinking
on
about all the possibilities for one thing.
Yours is just, what would you call that? Where it's just...
It's like an overactive brain, hyperactive brain or something.
Overstimulated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably...
I think it's just...
moving around.
Yeah. And I think it just is genetic, whatever. It's just has always been.
I wondered if it had something to do with your kind of, that if you kind of link in that natural looking on the pessimistic side of things and the where the brain is like, not overthinking, but it's overactive. It's just that protection.
Oh yeah, I think
it's just protecting you.
Yeah,
it's going back to that.
Yeah,
it's you're just in that mode of I need to protect myself, look after myself.
Yeah,
and if my brain is thinking about these so many things, it's because I need to make sure.
There's a reason.
Yeah, there's reasons for it,
and it's why my brain can't let my brain trick itself because it's like, no, that's not real. It's like protecting itself from itself.
From itself.
It's
yeah,
insane. And it's weird because it's like I can see it.
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I know what's going on here.
Huh. So for you, you're in control of it, right?
No.
All right. Let me ask you this. So when you're lying there,
yeah,
the brain is braining, in a way that it's overbraining.
Yeah.
And it's going from one thing to another. And we've all been there where it's like, how the fuck did I end up there in my mind? Because I was just over there a minute ago and it's going, what's that? What am I doing? I can't. It's just fucking snaking everywhere, right? Weaving in and out of thoughts, and one leads to another and another.
Rich is wiggling his finger around in the air. Yeah. He's like, what am I doing?
I got a sparkler.
Yeah.
So the brain is going each and every way, right?
Yeah.
Now, you say you can't control your brain, but you are not your brain, right? You're not your thoughts. You're, you know what I mean? It's like you have the essence of you.
Yeah.
And your brain, your mind is separate.
Yeah.
It's the difference between I and myself. Mm-hmm. Myself is these. It's like, the brain is just, the mind is just, it's another tool, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And therefore, like your feet, they're a tool, part of your body, right? Mm-hmm. And you tell, like, wiggle your toes. You're doing it, right?
Yeah.
Or you want to stamp your foot. Mm-hmm. You're doing it. Mm-hmm. So if you're in command of that foot, you're also in command of your brain, your mind. So you can tell it to shut the fuck up, basically.
I can try.
You can, because it's not its own thing and it's running wild. It's not like it's a loose cannon. But
that's the problem. Because that is what I'm doing all night. I'm laying there, my eyes are closed, and I'm trying to sleep, and I'm like, yes, thinking about nothing. And then it's like, the brain is like, over here, and then me, or my other brain is like, shut up, and it's like, just stop, just like let it, or I'm like, okay, I can finish this thought, and then no more. And then it's like, literally that's all I'm doing in my brain is a battle of like, okay, no more, go to sleep, let's sleep now. And then it is 3:00 in the morning.
It's the paradox of sleep. Yeah. It's like, you want to get to sleep, but then you're stressing about not doing the sleep. And then you're not sleeping.
God, especially if I have something like the next day that I'm like, I have to be there. Or like, it's something important. Worse. Oh my God, it's all I can think about.
It gets way worse.
Yeah, and you just wake up in the middle of the night a bunch of times. And
I know. Well, I mean...
Thing is, though.
Go.
Taking a nap. Ooh.
Oh, nap master.
I'm gone. Mm-hmm. It's something about the night. I don't know what that is. Where it's almost like you said the protection thing and that little kid like fear. Mm-hmm. And it's like I'm still like, it's like I'm on high alert at night. High alert, yeah. So it's like I have to be awake, be alert. If I'm sleeping, I'm vulnerable. Mm-hmm. So I find I can sleep better during the day. Than I can.
Because it's safe time.
Yeah, at night. Because I remember like when I was like 4 years, like first memory, young. And I know I was young because we lived in this certain house that I think we lived in when I was, little kid. I remember laying in my bed at night in the bunk beds. And the bed was by a window. And I used to think the bad man is going to come into my window and take me away. Don't know what the bad man was. Where I even... learned that. Yeah. Basically fearing of like a kidnapper, but not knowing that's what it was. Right. Where did I see this? Yeah. Nothing had happened to me that was like that.
Okay. So nothing.
Except maybe my parents think maybe I was like possessed or alien abducted. Well, that's another episode. Yeah. I wish that was true. Then that's just the answer. Then you got a reason, right? Yeah. I had a literal demon on my shoulder. So yeah, I used to lay awake at night and fear that for as long as I can remember. I don't know where that came from. So then that kind of just like evolved. And I'm not like afraid of the dark anymore, or that kind of stuff. Right. But it's still that like I'm alert, which is like, I feel like natural nature. Yeah. Animals are alert at night and, you don't want to put your guard up and certain stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know.
I know.
I know. It's an exhausted.
I know.
I want the answer.
I want to find the answer. I'm not just trying to fix. I want better for you. That's all. That's all. Yeah.
I think Easter egg potentially for a future ep. I think it's something in the shadow. Something that is not being addressed.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like deep down, maybe I just don't want to sleep. It's like I want all these things to be better in my life, knowing the one thing that would help all of it is this better sleep. But it's like I'm actively making myself not do that.
Yeah. All right, we can explore more in that app.
Anyway. Yeah.
I do. Before we pivot.
Okay.
I just want to try a little, and we can keep this in. We can get it out.
A sleep study.
Let's go to sleep. How quickly can we fall asleep during the day? For me, no, that's not my experiment. All right.
Darn it.
Yes. It's just going back to I get the reasoning behind it, so I just want to float this to you.
Okay.
All right. It's how in control are we of our mind, right?
Yeah.
Where the mind is racing. It's like a runaway fucking train in the evening, and it's going, it's doing its things, it's escaped, it's gone wild, right?
Yeah.
Can we tell that noise just to shush a little bit, right? Can we quieten it down? I feel that if we could get to that point, quieten it down, then we're laying the foundations for a good night's sleep. So, can we try? Do you agree that it's possible for us to say to the mind, "Hey, dude, I see ya. I would appreciate it if you just didn't do what you were doing right now. Can we just be a bit quieter? I'm trying to sleep over here." Do you think we've got that kind of control, or does once the thought train is up and running and it's chewing along, is it a runaway train?
I think yes, obviously it is possible. Do I think it's possible for me at this point? Maybe no.
Okay.
Yes, for a short time, but then it kind of always, it's literally like my brain is saying, haha, you're trying to trick me. I'm not, it's like, it's got its own plan. I was actually talking about this the other day, and we were having a conversation about like self-help books, right? All those different genres. And I was getting into those a few years ago, and I was having like a mental breakdown.
Right.
And it was like, yeah, they helped me, but low key the whole time I'm sitting here lying to my own brain and saying, yeah, no, this is helping me. Knowing the whole time deep down it wasn't doing shit. It was like the whole thing, I was trying to convince my brain that this was working. And all of those self-help books are those little brain tricks, and specifically the one Atomic Habits. And it's like, just do this and just change your mindset and just do this and do that. And I'm reading it and I'm like, totally, yeah. And it's like my brain is just like snickering the whole time. Like, yeah, right. Like, and I can't trick my brain.
Right, you can't hack the hack.
I can't hack my brain in these ways that everyone's like, it's so easy, just change your mind. I'm like, I can't, because I know deep down what is actually real and true. How is the same brain that knows what's real and true going to be the same brain that's going to be able to trick that brain into not thinking that's real and true?
I see what you're saying. You've kind of revealed the punchline of the joke to your brain.
Yes.
You know?
It's in on the joke, and it is part of my personality of not looking dumb, kind of. It's like, I don't even want to look dumb to my own brain. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to fall for a trick my brain's playing on me. Right.
Hey, but don't we just listen? Don't we? We're the thing of what we're telling our brain all day anyway. So if we're, if we tell it that, okay, I'm about to try and trick you up front, I'll be, transparent here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But that's what we do throughout the day anyway, isn't it? I tell you some shit and, and you respond this way and that way. It's like we're doing things by what we're telling the skin suit to go, to do.
And there's things that you do without even thinking, or, the breathing and all that stuff. But, it's like, what's that one? The Power of Now, that book.
Yeah.
That is like what's happening 24/7 to me. There's like
Mr. Tolle.
He talks about it's at the ego, and there's I forget what he calls it, but it's the thing behind.
Oh, it's the thinker.
The thinker.
Yeah.
That it's like I can I can sense the two things constantly.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by like my two brains.
Yeah.
There's the one that's like
there's the I
doing
there's
and the I,
yeah.
and then there's the one behind.
That's myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like once I unlocked that, like it's just still there.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's like overlooking and telling and doing and I'm not able to trick the other thing because that thing in the back
he's in on it. He knows
he's
it.
in on it.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I can, but it feels like I'm faking it.
Right,
so
but does that matter to
genuine. You? It does matter because I can't do it.
Okay.
It's like you love the quotes and stuff. A good quote can get you fucking going in the day.
Right. Sure.
You look at the Posty and you're like, you know what, today is going to be a good day. My brain, I look at that and I'm like, those are just words. I wrote that to try to get myself into a good mood, and it's all fake. I'm not actually in a good mood. That kind of stuff.
I get you.
I can't. It doesn't work on me.
You're smart. You're smarter than the average bear, then.
I don't know.
Or you're just outsmarting yourself.
This is what I'm saying when I said ignorance is bliss.
Right.
Give me some bliss.
Give me some fucking ignorance.
Let me close my damn eyes and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try this.
Okay.
Close your eyes. She's
Imagine.
sleeping. What? She just went straight off. All right. And then, you can see you're behind your eyeballs, right? You got like what are you seeing? Tell me. What is
Black.
it? Black. All right. Sweet. Me too.
No, I'm seeing you. I'm imagining you. I'm imagining the room.
Okay. I want you to just picture some random object. We'll just go with ice cream cone. See the ice cream cone? Got it.
It's there.
Plop the ice cream, couple of scoops, whatever you want.
It's actually Dairy Queen swirl.
Swirl. What you gone for? What flavour?
Vanilla.
Just gone vanilla on the vanilla.
It's the best. The best flavor.
Right. Picture it. You seeing it?
I'm seeing it.
All right. In colour, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the cake cone, white ice cream.
Sweet. Is it dripping? The ice cream dripping?
No, it's pristine, perfect condition.
Okay. So it's cold outside.
Ew, no.
Okay.
Just normal.
All right. Now, get rid of that. Move it along. Right. Black that out again. Go back to black.
Okay.
Ice cream cone gone. It's gone, right?
That took a lot of effort.
I know, but now it's
still flashing in.
All right. Get it out of there.
Okay.
All right. Next object. We're going to bring in some slippers. Ruby slippers.
Like Dorothy?
Yes.
Got it.
Are they sparkling?
Oh, yeah.
Are those heels clicking?
3 times.
Put them there. You see them?
Yep.
Get rid of them. All right. Is it black? It's gone black again.
I think so.
All right. Get rid of them. Now we're going to go for one more object.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? And we're just going to put a paper clip.
Ah.
Paper clip.
Oh, okay.
Call back to the paper clips.
Yeah.
What colour you got?
Pink.
Okay. See it?
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Okay.
Open your eyes.
I think. Whoa, sun.
Right. What you were able to do there is you were able to imagine something.
Yeah.
And you were telling the brain what you want to see. You were telling the brain to put something in there and then get rid of it. And all you were doing while you were doing it, right? You were focused. Uh-huh. You weren't. What else were you thinking about? Anything?
I was thinking about the edit.
Fuck off. Seriously, you were not. You were. You were thinking, I'm cutting this shit.
No, I was thinking, how is this going to sound in the playback? Is it going to be awkward? I was literally thinking that. But at the same time, also thinking,
yeah, but you can do that. You can do that.
Yeah.
Because your brain, you've got like spare brain to do 2 things at once.
Yeah, I've got like different brains on rotation.
But what I hope we've established here is that you were able to command the brain, the mind, and tell it what to do. So if we then apply that to the nighttime, and you find yourself having some runaway train thoughts, right?
Yeah.
You can just say, hey, no more. Stop it. Oi. No
Oi.
more. Oi.
Oi. But you know what's funny? I was able to imagine those things and make them go away. It was a bit hard. Like I said, they kept popping back in after they were supposed to be gone.
Yeah.
But I was still able to switch, But the whole time the brain was thinking, and I couldn't stop thinking about the edit and stuff while that was going on.
Hey, I'm not saying it's going to happen just overnight. It's practice.
Yeah.
But I think it's just establishing that you are in control of that thing.
Yeah.
So if you want it to stop and you go, look, dude, this is so exhausting.
Yeah.
Just quieten down, please. Mm-hmm. And let's focus on the thing. And then you bring it back to counting your sheep or counting down, or do the meditation from head to toes. And
But don't you think, we talked about this a little yesterday, don't you think it's kind of serving me a little bit too, though?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
The your brain thing?
Yeah, because you know how many stupid people I've met that just honks you, go right to sleep. And I'm like, what are you thinking about? Nothing? Yeah, I can tell. You know what I mean? It's like, what's going on? Are you ever thinking? Do you have anything to think about, to ponder? Surely you have something to ponder. Right. Like, question your life's choices.
Yeah.
You know, like you can do a lot of growing out of that, which we talked about before.
Sure.
And realizing, and I guess, and that's like the self-reflection part. Like you can say it's a bad thing because you're thinking about all the dumb stuff you said that day or whatever it is people do.
Oh, a lot of people do that before they go to sleep. Yeah. Absolutely.
But then if you're not doing that, then you're not self-reflecting. So it's like, it's bad, but it serves you up to a certain point.
Exactly.
Which is what's happened to me now. And I just, I need to get it back on track. The runaway train is off the track.
Dude, don't get rid of it completely because it serves you. Absolutely serves you. And I think it's one of your gifts. And it is a thing that helps you get through the world. But here's the big but. Don't let it like be the runaway train. And when you're aware of it, it's just the awareness.
Yeah.
And when you're aware that it's happening and you're like, hang on, is this serving me right now? Question it and go, all right, I see you.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd rather go to sleep right now.
It's also my pessimistic nature to be like, it just is what it is. It's never going to change.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that gets in the way too.
Sure. And then it's a spiral because then the spiral is on the train.
Yeah.
But then if you were to say, no, actually, things can happen to me. It's just how I choose to deal with them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah. But it's also you get to choose what you're thinking about and when you're thinking about. And you feel like, hang on, it's got to 1 a.m., half 1. I've already gone through the day and I've already thought the things and I'm like, I really do want to go to sleep now.
Yeah.
And if you could just exercise that muscle, like just exercise the brain and just go, well, actually, I have the ability to shut the shit down right now. I don't know. That's just my couple of cents.
And you know what is like still the most brain-boggling part of this whole conversation is those same brains have had this conversation. And those thoughts. What's happening up there? God, it's so scary. The same brain's doing everything.
But all right, tell me this. What's the difference? We both think, we both wander, we both like around the houses and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
My head hits the pillow.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing before I go to sleep, I'm thinking about the day briefly. I'm like, what did I get done? Check. And I'm thinking about the next day. What am I getting into? Check. And then I go, what's good in my life? You know, I'm doing the gratitude thing. And then before I know it, I'm not stressing. And I guess that's the difference.
Yeah.
On the little nits and grits of not the pessimist part of the day, but I'm not stressing on, I hope I didn't offend someone when I said that and this and that.
Right. I don't think I'm stressing
on that.
Yeah. I think it's more just an underlying feeling of stress, maybe. Physical stress. Because my thoughts aren't typically stressful things. They can get there, of course. That's just one of the chapters of the brain at night. Usually it's the same thing. It starts like, okay, the day and just reflecting and then, what am I going to do tomorrow? And then, okay, this weekend I have this and these tasks I need to do. And then it just goes into who knows where. Just like a conversation.
Yeah.
It'll be like, today I did this at work and then I talked to this person and then I'll be like, that person. And then I'll like start thinking about them, like interactions I've had with them. And then that will take me domino. Yeah. And then I'm like, where the hell am I? So instead of just doing the usual day reflecting thing, it just goes somewhere else.
You're going into, season 2, season 3.
Yeah. And it's all it is the like studying of people and things
which you
that I
like
always
to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll wake up and be like, I solved so much last night. Yeah. Figured it all out. Don't worry, guys.
I got this.
I'm on it.
I got this. If you need to know, ask me.
Well, shit.
We went in to Sleepy Town.
The brain is braining. We said we weren't going to do that again.
Which one?
Get into some heady stuff, quite literally in the head.
Yeah, literally.
But we did.
We did.
But
have you got something to lighten the...
I do. I have a little...
bit of levity.
Pivot. I'm telling my brain to stop thinking about that and pivot.
Look at you.
Look at me.
Look at you.
I'm learning. She's learning.
You're doing it.
But you know what's happening? The thing behind is saying hee hee. Like, I know what you're doing.
Tea and Toasties is supported by Alphabet Art Photos. March 3rd, 2024. A package was delivered. It was carefully wrapped, lovingly arranged. But what happened next shocked an entire crafting community. The customer left a 1-star review. No message, no context, just 1 star and an eerie silence.
The item was perfect. Our customer service, stellar. We even included a surprise chocolate in with the package. Who does that? I reached out 3 times, nicely, offered a refund, a replacement, all the things. But the silence was killing me.
Some say it was an accident, an erroneous mouse click. Others believe it was premeditated. We traced the reviewer's digital fingerprints. Turns out they left 4 other 1-star reviews that same day.
The insanity. Can anyone stop this monster?
In a world where handmade art lives and dies by star ratings, one shop refuses to be defeated.
We're not just selling photography, we're building memories.
Support small business. Support justice. Shop Alphabet Art Photos before the 1-star serial shop killer strikes again.
And if you love it, leave 5 stars. Not just for us, but for truth. Use promo code TNT30 at checkout for 30% off your order of Alphabet Art Photos. That's etsy.com/shop/Alphabet Art Photos. Promo code TNT30. So, I'm going to be thinking about that stuff.
Oh,
I'm going to be up all night thinking about
that. Dang.
No. I thought about this, I think, yesterday, just because of the nice weather. The clouds have
turned,
gone.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's been raining forever. Sun is sunning. I've got a beach trip coming up.
You do.
I'm full summer
Stoked
mode.
for that.
I'm in my summer era. I'm ready to go.
I think that's going to help. Sorry, keep going.
I think you're right. You're right. And so I just thought a little summer related activity.
Summer fun.
Some summer fun. I'm going to call this Best Summer Ever or Hags. Do you know Hags?
Hags? H-A-G-S?
Yes.
No, I don't know that.
Have a great summer.
Hags.
People, this is what was written in the yearbooks.
Okay, makes sense.
Growing up before summer vacation, everyone would just write Hags. It's kind of what you write when you don't really know what to say to someone. You're signing everyone's yearbook. And now it's kind of like a little joke. Hags. Basically, we're going to build our perfect summer.
Go.
Okay.
Ooh, because it's kicking off right now.
It's kicking off. I don't know if it's quite yet summer technically, but it's June. Sun is sunning.
For me, that's
I gotta get this cat out of here.
Yeah.
Why are you snuggling and then also being mean? This is what she does. She thinks I'm her bed, and God forbid her bed starts moving.
Perfect summer.
Perfect summer. I'm gonna start with what is the best summer drink? Some of them have rules. This one has to be cold drink, obviously.
Okay, so we're talking a frosted glass.
What's your best summer beverage?
Best summer beverage. It's going to be a beer.
Of course, it's a beer.
It's going to be easy drinking session. Because I'd like a few of them because I'll be drinking in the sun. Preferably Summerfest. I do like a Summerfest.
What's the other one?
Summertime.
No. There's Summerfest, and then there was the other one. We used to always get them confused.
Siesta.
No. It's like a summer something. Summerfest, summer. Oh, we used to always get them too confused. That's
I thought it was like summertime, Summerfest, Skiesta.
Summertime. It was like summer. Who fucking knows?
Anyway.
So yeah, nice.
Yep. Oh, do you want the venue where I'm drinking that?
Nope, not yet.
All right. Well, that's just it. I want the frosted glass.
Separate things. You're not building like a day.
Okay.
Just separate entities in general. Anytime in the summer, what is the best go-to summer drink?
Ice cold lager. And I got to have a side pot of ice in a cup next to it because if I'm not drinking it fast enough, it gets warm and I got to pop the ice in there.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
All right, you go. What's yours?
It's gonna be a negative review on the podcast. No, I think mine is gotta be a pina colada.
Oh,
kind of crazy.
Seriously?
Yeah, we went on a vacation last summer, the fam and Aaron, and Aaron discovered pina coladas.
Ooh, I love a pina colada.
And I hadn't had one in so long. And I was like, yeah, I'll get one, like a frozen one. You know? And we were obsessed. Everywhere we were going, we were getting pina colada.
It's white rum, isn't it?
Yeah, we were trying to find the best pina colada, and ended up being the RV place we were staying at. Their bar there had
right under your nose.
Best pina coladas, yeah. We had one at a beach bar. We had them everywhere, and that one was the best. And God, I'm craving one. And specifically, it's like I don't drink that any other time.
Yeah, no.
But the summer,
only the beach. It's a beach drink.
It's so good.
What did you have? Like the umbrella, the cherry? What's going on?
Sometimes cherry. Yeah, I think most times cherry. Depends on the place. Some of them would get the umbrella. Some of them would do like a little pineapple slice or something. I feel. There's also the one called the Miami Vice.
Ooh,
that I learned.
What's that?
It's a strawberry daiquiri and a pina colada mixed like a half and half
together.
Situation.
Yeah. See, I don't like a daiquiri.
I think a daiquiri is too much.
Yeah.
But mixed in with the pina colada.
They're jiving?
It was jiving.
All right.
But I can just do just the...
Yeah. I used to drink pina coladas a lot when I used to go away with my parents. Yes. That was my go-to drink because I love Malibu.
That used to be my favorite alcohol before I could legally drink, allegedly.
Exactly. It's like a beginner level.
Sweet. I was like, wow, I can do shots.
Yep. Oh, you did shots of that?
Yeah, because I feel like it wasn't even really strong. Like, I'm like drinking juice, basically.
I did a Malibu and Coke. Yeah, I used to love that.
Okay.
I like that. What's next?
Best summer food. Summer specific food. Summer day.
Oh.
Like, what are you eating?
Fuck. Can I change my drink?
Yes.
It's a sangria.
See, this is what I'm saying in the summer.
It's a
my
sangria.
food, I'll go straight away.
You go.
It's got to be watermelon.
I've got one in my fridge.
Cold, fresh.
Yes.
Cubed, preferably. I'll do slice. I don't like it dripping all down my hands, but I'll take it.
Getcha. They've got them right now in the supermarkets.
They're in C's.
Yeah, and they do like a personal pan, like your own personal, not sharesy size.
Oh, a little one.
Yeah, personal, and it's a mini. I've had 2 already this summer, and we're only a few days in.
I want it.
Yeah.
So what's yours?
My food?
Yeah. Hot dog.
Oh. Summer food. Oh. I'm going to pair it with the sangria.
Okay.
But I could eat this any time, but I like pan con tomate.
What the hell is that?
I was thinking about that the other day.
What is that?
It's like tomato bread.
Oh. In the summer.
It's tapas. You could have it any time. Maybe I'm just craving it.
Sliced tomato.
No. What you do is I like it a bit, you can do it with a ciabatta or sourdough.
It's got to be a ciabatta.
It's got to be, ciabatta. Slightly toasted.
Yeah.
You take a garlic clove.
Oh.
And you've cut it in half, and then you take the garlic clove and then you rub that over the crusty toasted bread, right? Mm-hmm. And so all the garlic's on the bread. Then you take big old tomato, cut that in half, and then rub that.
Okay.
All
just
over
kind of getting the essence of tomato.
Yeah, getting rid of the skin and the shit, or the innards, Leonard Skinnards, all over the bread. Okay. And then olive oil.
Right.
All that, drizzle. Then take your bit of salt, sea salt, sprinkle.
That does sound really good.
How good is that? Then you can have some chorizo, or you can have some queso.
Yum.
Cheesies.
Okay.
On it, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, with the sangria, awesome.
Do you like a caprese salad?
Do.
Me too.
Actually, can I switch to that?
What? Okay. Yeah, you can have a salad.
That is so good.
Those are so good.
Yeah, that is so good.
Those mozzarella balls. All right, next is the best summer activity. When you think summer, you're doing this. I got mine.
I'm at the beach.
Beach for sure, but for me, specific activity, it's got to be like badminton. We do that typically every summer.
Good one.
At my parents' backyard.
Yeah.
So fun.
Good one.
Yeah.
Love some badminton.
Yeah.
Have you got a good overhead smash?
I don't know. I used to be decent. I think I'm still kind of decent at it, but yeah.
What about your drop shot?
No, I don't know the technicals. I just get it over the net. Get it over there. Yeah.
Oh, I love some badminton. Wave, what do you call that? Body surfing?
Yeah.
I can't surf.
Yeah.
I want to learn.
Yeah.
But body surfing in the ocean.
Yeah.
Love it.
You do like to get in the water. I'm not a big ocean water girl.
No.
Scary. I used to do that as a kid, though, all the time. The body surfing and then the boogie boards. Those would really send you flying.
I want to have a go at those.
You should get one.
Yeah.
They sell them at those beach shops for cheap all the time.
Yeah.
Those will, you'll go way more than you will on the body. It's so fun.
I know.
Fun. But I've eaten shit so much that I'm like, it's not worth it anymore. Right. Like the wave just tumbles.
And your knee, probably won't get on the knee.
Yeah. And also I just, no.
Tell me, is the boogie board the same as the one that they just...
The skimmer? No.
Yeah, what's the skimmer called?
I think it's just like a skim board.
Skim board.
And that one's like the thin wood.
I like the look of that.
Slick. And that one's a bit harder. You have to do it right when the water's going out. And,
it's timing.
Yeah. And it has to be this perfect amount to skim across, but it's like skimming rocks kind of.
Yeah.
Got to do it, hit the right angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex had one of those growing up. He would do it occasionally, but I was like, this is too complicated. I just need to get that boogie board out there. All right, this one I feel like is a no-brainer. Best summer place. Where are we going?
La Playa.
You're going to the beach, of course. Got to be the beach. Or just
a lake.
A lake is good. A nice brewery. I love a brewery all-day event. Like Bold Rock used to have that summer party, and it was all in the outside, different music, all day events. I love an all day affair like that.
Yeah. A Leo Sayer.
What is that?
An all dayer.
An all dayer. Oh God, we're back.
Slipping in.
Must have summer item. Clothing, accessory.
Oh, done. I got mine.
What?
Okay. My shades.
The sunnies.
My sunnies.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Wolverine sunnies. I lost a pair. I had a pair. I had my eyeballs on these shades for years and years and years and years. And it's the ones that Hugh Jackman wears as Wolverine. And
yes, you've talked about these.
Absolutely love these sunnies. I used to have the Tom Cruise Top Gun, the aviators, the Ray-Bans. And then I wore the shit out of those. And then I saw these Oliver Peoples, they're called.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a name.
You have them?
I have them.
Did you lose them once?
Yes.
You did in the beach.
And I was mortified.
In the ocean, right?
Don't even remember where. I don't remember where.
I feel like I was there.
Maybe.
Because I feel like I've heard about these sunglasses. And there was a tragedy.
There was
involved.
A tragedy. Yeah. I was mortified.
Shoo.
And it took a lot of years to get these. And Jonette found them online and she surprised me with them. And I was like, this is the best gift ever.
Isn't that even worse when you lose it and someone went through the effort of
it?
giving
I know.
But for me, it's like if you lose something at the beach, it's fair. It doesn't matter. I have to forget about it. I can't feel too much about it because it's kind of almost inevitable.
Gonna happen.
It's like my fault. For doing that, wearing them in the water or.
That's where you should take your shit pair with you.
Yeah, or just everything.
Your backup.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
What's mine? I don't know if I have one. Probably just like a nice pair of sandals. I find myself always throwing on the same pair of sandals. Only in the summer.
They are your summer sandals?
Yeah, pretty much. I wear them to the beach.
What's going on with them? What are they?
Just basic
Flats?
sandals. Yeah, flat.
Yep.
They don't get too soggy in the water. The sand comes right off of them.
That's key.
It's like just a perfect little sandal.
Summer sandal.
I would say beach hat, but I don't be wearing it as much as I would like to.
Why would you want one?
Just to protect the face.
That's
hello.
That's wise. That's wise.
Yeah. Also, beach hair is crazy.
Right.
Actually, probably for me, then the real answer is like a scrunchie.
Oh,
a real nice scrunchie.
Keep the hair back.
Get that hair up.
Okay, up. What about a beachside beanie bucket?
Yeah,
one bucket,
of those, or my bag. Yeah,
like a handmade by you bucket hat.
Where can someone get one of those?
I don't know.
Okay. Best summer vibe. We're talking song. We're talking music.
Got one. I didn't think I'd get one.
What song is like summer to you? What is it?
Summertime.
Summertime.
It's ultimate.
It's a good one.
Ultimate.
Oh, see, I don't know if I have. I cannot think of. I do have one.
Go on.
Red, Red Wine. I love that song all year round.
Red Wine.
Red Wine. Red Wine, you make me feel so fine. Love that.
Who did that? That's from my time.
Yeah. It's you. 40. Something with a 40.
UB40.
UB40.
Yeah. UB40.
Love that song.
Wasn't that named after some missile?
It sounds like
Is that what they are?
Or it's like you be 40 years old listening to the song. But I probably heard it like, it sounds like I'm at a beach bar and it's like...
Yeah. Oh, and you got your summer sandals and your hat and your pina colada. It's all going on. Love that song. Yeah.
Or low-key anything Taylor Swift. August, shout out to my mom, but any other Swiftie out there, that song just...
That's a big summer one?
Beach is summer is... I mean, the first line is salt air. That's the first line. And it's called August, like the month.
Oh.
Okay. I know the answer of this one, I feel. Favorite time of the day in the summer? Gotta be... I'm lying.
Yeah, I know. You've outthought your thought, right?
I have.
Right.
I was going to say peak sun, great day. No. I'm talking evening. I'm talking 5, 6 o'clock.
Dude, you've already been on the beach. You've already got your summer full sun.
That's the best.
Then you're like, I've earned my beer.
The beer and the dinner and you're nice and tanned and even not at the beach, at home. If I'm hanging out at my parents' house, once that sun goes and it's a nice evening.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Take me there.
How good's that?
Here's a fun one. The ice cream truck treat. Ice cream truck's pulling up. What are you getting?
Mom, ice creams. Mom, ice creams. Tony Bell's rolling up. He's doing his chimes.
Yep.
What am I getting? I'm running out. Mum, can I get an ice cream? Mum, can I get ice cream? Yeah, go on.
You go on.
There's a pound. Yeah, so I'm running up, getting in the line, getting to the front. I'm looking at all the things. I'm looking at all the pictures. But yeah, I know what I'm getting. It's a 99 flake.
What's that? See, I knew this would be interesting because I was like, thinking, y'all even have ice cream trucks over there? What are they like?
Yeah.
Because my mom has said, like, back in the day, they used to have, like, I forget the name, but he had actual, like, soft serve.
Yeah, like the soft scoops. No, the what do you call that?
Mr. something. Or
Mr. Whippy.
Maybe. That was y'all's version. But
we have a Mr. Whippy.
Yeah, it was something like that. The ones I had were always like, the SpongeBob popsicle or the stuff like that.
Pre-made shit.
Yeah.
And he's just got he's got a freezer thing. What do you want?
Which most of them were good. I mean, I still would get it every time.
Yeah. But. Yeah, they are good.
Yeah.
Well, there was two. There were two things I'd get the 99 flake, which I'm not sure. I'm going to describe this. I think you'll get it because I think I've bought you Cadbury's Flake before as part of a Christmas chocolate assortment.
They're just like flaked.
The flake Cadbury's very crumbly.
Like layers
the crumbliest, flakiest chocolate.
Moorish.
Anyway, you have your cone.
Yeah.
Tone gives you the cone.
Cake or waffle?
Well, the posh one is the waffle.
Posh. I love a waffle cone.
It's a bit posh. We didn't have that.
Yeah, no.
It's just the thin shit.
The cake cone.
The cake. Is it what?
That's what it's called. The cake.
Cake cone?
Cake cone, yeah.
Okay. Tone gives you the cone.
It's happening. It's happening.
You're going for the cake cone and he's going to the Mr. Whippy pool. It's like pulling a pint.
Yeah.
But he's pulling...
Rich is already... Yeah.
It's like pulling a pint of ice cream.
Yep.
Or he's like there with the cow.
Yeah, there you go. Straight from the source.
Straight from the udder. And the whippy thing is whipping up. And then he grabs into the flake. Oh. Grabs the flake, pops it in the top.
Oh.
So you've got...
I have had the flake.
You've had the flake.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's the chocolate.
It's very airy.
Very airy. Aerated, crumbly, flakiest chocolate.
Yes.
That's a 99 flake because it used to be 99p.
Right.
Now they're like £3.
$99.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That sounds good. I'm always going for the soft serve over anything else.
Yeah.
But we didn't have that. Mine rotated. The freaking strawberry shortcake, was it?
Ooh.
The popsicle that has like the pink and red, white like balls on it. And it...
I've not seen
I forget what it's called. Y'all know. Or orange creamsicle.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But the actual thing I used to get all the time as a kid, which wasn't even that good, was
Mr. Calippo,
was a snow cone. But it was a pre-packaged one, so it was literally just like a ice shaped like a triangle.
What is ice just with flavor on it?
Yeah, you know snow cone. It's like shaved ice.
Oh, the shaved ice. Oh, yeah, Italian ice cream. Italian ice.
You put the stuff over it. But this was like pre-frozen in the thing, so like the whole thing was just like a frozen ice. But it was sour. It was like green apple sour flavored, and there was a gumball at the very bottom, a sour gumball. Aaron, close your ears.
The treat at the end of the thing.
Yeah, and it was so sour.
We used to have one of those. Yeah. Not that, but the ice cream. And you get past all the ice cream and the other goodies, and then there's the gumball at the bottom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or it's like the waffle cone that has the, what are those called?
The cornettos. And they've got the chocolate at the bottom.
Yeah, the chocolate at the very bottom.
The Italian cornetto.
Drumstick.
Yeah, the drumstick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you know they sell those, just the chocolate tips, in a bag? Some company has made them. It's just the ends in like a bag, like as a snack.
I would buy that.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, duh. Everyone wants. That's the best part.
That's what you should be eating at night instead of your fucking frosting.
I know.
Get those.
I saw a video of a mom, like mom hack. And and she was like, if your kid is like begging for an ice cream and you're eating the drumstick or whatever, like they're not gonna eat the whole thing, you don't want to give them the whole thing, she takes the best part. You gotta sacrifice the end, and you take just the end and like a little bit of ice cream on top of that, and it's like a miniature.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah.
Like that. There's one more I remember, and it was called the oyster.
Oh.
This was either I'd get the 99 flake or I'd get the oyster shell.
Yeah.
And it was oyster in the cake.
Just looked like an oyster.
Yeah, but it's made out of the cake cone.
Okay.
And it was like a shell.
Yeah.
And then in it was the ice cream. But on the edge was like chocolate. Marshmallow.
Oh.
And some sprinkles.
Oh.
And it was good.
Okay.
I liked that a lot.
You sparked a memory for me.
Oh, go.
They didn't have these in the truck, or at least I didn't get them. We used to get them at the gas station all the time. Choco Taco.
Choco Tacos.
I think I heard a horrifying rumor that they don't make them anymore. I don't know. But same thing. It was like the waffle cone. It was basically like a drumstick. Waffle cone, that same one.
A Nutty Buddy.
Folded into taco shape. Ice cream. The end was chocolate, and then the nuts on the top.
Hazelnuts.
Peanuts, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Or I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but it was literally like an ice cream thing, but shaped like a taco.
Wow.
Holy shit, was it good.
Did you have Calipos?
No, I don't know what that is.
You know, you probably know. It was a thing that it was like a fad thing. I don't know. Anyway, it was one of those things. I think it was orange, different flavors. And then you push it from the bottom and then the lolly comes up.
Push pop?
Probably like a push pop.
We had one and it's like a cylinder and there's a stick. And you push the stick and it like pushes it up.
It was just like you push the bottom of the container and then work it up. Get in there.
We had something similar, but it wasn't ice cream. It was like juice. I think Minute Maid made it. In elementary school, they had like grape, orange, cherry or something, the different flavors. You could get them at lunchtime in the cafeteria as one of your options.
Little treat.
And it was like a frozen, basically just juice, and it was in a triangle shaped thing to where when you pushed it at the bottom, like made of cardboard carton material, and when you pushed it would push up and it was same kind of vibe.
Exactly.
Damn, I forgot about those.
Dang, dude, we really went into the ice cream section.
I know, I told you we could get
which is another thing, like the supermarkets here, you have whole fucking aisles of ice cream.
So much ice cream. It's incredible. And different various things.
Yeah, so much choice.
Holy shit.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
You just go ice cream shopping.
So crazy.
While we're on this has triggered a memory. Yep. I don't want to bring it down at all. I don't want to bring it down, but this is just a memory that popped into my. It's just one of those ingrained because it's like it's got the memory, it's got the event, but it's also emotion has attached itself to it. That's why it's one of these big fucking memories. I was probably like 5 or 6. I think it was my birthday or day before birthday.
Oh, you and the birthday trauma always. It's like the third birthday story we've heard.
For some reason it was warm because Tony Bell was doing the rounds. He was doing his rounds in the ice cream truck.
Okay.
So I heard him. He came around, he's getting closer. Comes down your road and you're like, Mum, ice cream. Come out the house and she let me do it on my own.
Okay.
Right? And so the ice cream truck was van. We call it a van. Yeah. Was parked on the other side because we drive on the left.
Yeah.
And so he would park up on the left. And then our house, I had to cross the road.
Cross the street,
Yeah, I had to cross the road to get to the van because the window was on the other side.
Right.
He'd pop his head out, go, what do you want, son?
Yeah.
I got my thing. I think maybe I had 2. Maybe I got someone. Maybe I got mum one, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so I walked around the front of the ice cream van, oblivious, step out, and car is coming.
No.
Car's coming.
I was going to say, you get hit by a car. That's crazy.
Car is coming. And of course, I was like the little animals we were talking about the other day, the squirrel that just doesn't know where to go. You know, he's just frozen.
Deer in headlights.
Yeah, I was just frozen, looking at the car, 2 ice creams, car coming at me.
Oh, wait, you had the ice cream.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you had the 2 monies.
No,
you had the
I'd
2
already got the ice creams, and the car just like got closer and closer and closer, screeched to the halt, and just stopped right in front of me. I didn't move.
All right.
And I want to say I held on to those ice creams.
Yeah,
I
hope.
But I got in there. Mum, she was at the front of the house upstairs in her bedroom. There was the window upstairs. Right. She was observing because she was watching.
Yeah. I'll send you out there alone, but I'll watch.
Yeah, she was watching from up there. But she was banging on the window, both fists. Richard.
Yeah.
Yes. And I got in with the ice creams. I was like, hee. And she had a right go.
Oh,
she had a right go.
Mm-hmm. Just almost watched you get splat.
Exactly. She was like, what are you thinking? You nearly lost those ice creams.
Oh my God. In your life. Oh my God.
Scary. Cautionary tale.
Yep.
Always look both ways.
But gotta get it for the ice cream.
You do.
Risk it for the
biscuit.
Biscuit ice cream. I have a funny ice cream truck story as a kid as well. It just reminded me of me and Alex. We were always outside playing, and at our old place we used to live, it was like an apartment complex, and ice cream truck would come occasionally, but it wasn't a thing that like really happened. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't come there often. Like my parents' neighborhood now, like I feel like all the time when we were kids. And there was one time there was this truck. It was like a delivery truck or something, like a DHL or some kind of truck. And for some reason, Alex and I were just like, it's the ice cream truck. We knew it wasn't, but we were like fucking around. Yeah. And we were chasing it and saying like, ice cream, wait, you're leaving us. We want ice cream. And we just kept saying, ice cream man. And like, we were like literally chasing him around. He was so mad. He was like, I'm not the fucking ice cream. He was so mad. And me and Alex thought it was the funniest thing ever. I don't know why, but it was hilarious.
You should have got him next time he come round too and kept doing it.
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't it have been funny if he turned up with some ice cream?
Well, now I'm thinking, yeah, if that was me, I'm just trying to do my job, my delivery job. These two kids, obviously just kids, whatever. But oh my God, yeah, we were terrorizing the poor guy.
Oh, that was good. That was a good little segment. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, just this little summer vibe.
Some kind of summer summit, I'll call it.
Some kind of summer. Yeah. Right, well, that's just flu. I'm going to call it, I guess.
Oh, on that, time flying when you're having fun. Do you believe in that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
But I also think time just flies.
Generally.
Time flies when you're distracted, which can be good, bad, all things.
Right.
Stressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time flies when I'm stressed.
Right.
Mostly. Like,
so it's just, we just put time flies, period.
Yeah. Like you've said that to me before as like a joke.
Mm-hmm,
like
yes,
at work, and it's like some chaos is happening. You're like, time flies when you're having fun. I'm like, shut up. Not fun. I mean, yesterday, for example, we had a little...
some fire to put out.
Chaos, an unexpected morning. And when that was all resolved and done, it was already like 3:00.
Tell me about it.
And I was like, what happened?
What happened there? Yeah.
What happened to the day?
Yeah.
It just flew.
We all donned our fire outfits.
Yeah.
And putting out the fires, work fires.
Yeah.
I was saying the other day to JB, I was like, do you think as you get... It's one of those, like, as you get older, everyone says, time just fucking flies, right?
Yeah.
And I was going, what about old people?
Right.
Right?
It probably is a curve.
Right. And I was saying, no wonder they get up well early, because they're slower. Because I was doddering around the other day, right? And I was doing my things, and I was like, going from here, going from there. And I was like, fucking hell, this takes... Just doing normal, regular things.
Right.
I was thinking, this is taking forever.
Yeah.
I mean, am I getting slower? Or is there just more things to do? What's going on here? And I was thinking, maybe that's why old people get up at the crack of dawn, because it takes them longer to to fasten their buttons, and it takes them longer to put socks on and brush the teeth. The actions take a little bit longer.
Maybe.
And then they're worn out by 10 and they've got to have a little nap.
Yeah, for real.
You know?
I don't know what it is. I think it's like trying to get the most of your day, probably, also.
Squeeze it in.
Yeah. Also, I think their rhythm is probably, as you get sleepier and older, they're going to sleep damn early. So, of course, you're going to wake up super early.
Yeah.
Whenever I wake up really early, I'm like, oh, I see why old people eat at like 5 p.m. Yeah. Because they're like, I've been up for 12 hours. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yes.
So dinner at 5 and asleep by 7.
Sure. You've only got so many awake hours in you.
Yeah.
Right?
It is strange as a non-morning person when I wake up at like 8 or 7 or something, even earlier. When noon comes, like, it's only noon.
And then you're like...
I'm eating breakfast at noon. Granted, I don't like to eat until a couple hours after I've already been awake. So when noon comes, it's like time for breakfast.
Right.
But I'm like, people have already had a meal, a nap, errands.
Yeah.
Now they're having lunch. Like, what's going on?
They've conquered the world by noon.
So crazy.
Tell me then, when you do get up and you have one of these
I knew this was coming.
Wild hares, and you're up at 7 or 8 or something, right? And then you get your shit done during the morning. You look, it's only noon. What do you think?
Wow, what a day. I do. It feels good. It's like, oh my God. Flip side is like, if I'm dog dick tired, I'm not gonna... I don't know if the pod's heard that one.
I'm not sure if I've heard that one.
I always say that one. Anyway.
It's good. It's staying.
It's not the best. I'm just like drained. Like I'm tired, slugging through the day.
Slugging.
You know? Or I do need that afternoon nap.
Well, siesta.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what they do over there in mainland Europe.
Yeah.
You know, they take a little siesta.
Not here. Go, 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 go.
Different lifestyle.
Oh.
Yes.
Also, like in most of the European countries, they have like a break in the middle of the day. Like businesses are closed.
Yeah.
Even if you work, you like can go home.
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours, they shut everything.
They shut everything.
They go for that little siesta.
And
doing
it's like, what? And it's just normalized.
Do you know, they're doing the siesta though so they can fiesta later. That's why.
Siesta for the fiesta. For real. That's me.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I need if I'm going out. That's also the thing. If I wake up early, I can't do anything that night. I'm going to be like exhausted. So if it's like a weekend, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I got to rest up for my evening shenanigans.
They do like the evening shenanigans because they eat a lot later.
Right.
I think that they're so smart because they realise that they want to make a whole thing out of the day and the night. So you don't have to go to work. You know, the shop maybe won't open till 10 a.m.
Yeah.
They were not opening that shit at 7.
Yeah.
They're opening a little bit later. People are wandering into work at a reasonable hour and they're gradually waking up. Then they're cramming all the work in. Let's get the shit done. And then they're saying, right, I've been very productive. Let's have a siesta. Some people go to the gym at that point.
Sure.
Or, great. That works for them. Not everyone's going to go sleep, but some have the sleep.
Even just a little chill.
Chill time.
It's just let's go. It's not all about
slow
productivity.
Down.
Let's chill. Because then it doesn't feel mundane and like the 9 to 5 every day and living for the weekend.
Right. Breaks the day up, right?
Yeah.
Because imagine if you got 2 hours off in the middle of the day, what you could go do.
You know, you could argue we could do that if we wanted to.
You could argue
that. But there's that little demon inside that's like,
I know.
You should be working.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know.
And it's like, what is? That's just the worm brain.
Worm brain. But we are working towards a certain pickup time when
that's true.
UPS comes and collects the shit that we're putting out on the step. So we are working towards that. But if we didn't have that, if we just said, all right, we're going to put it on the step tomorrow.
Right. That's the
tomorrow's
system
step
that we've built.
Who built?
We did.
Okay, good.
The go.
Yeah.
No. We'll ship same day. Next day, yeah. That's the expectation we've set for ourselves. True. And that now everyone expects.
Do you think it would fly if we said, sorry guys, it's not going out today, we're just going mainland Europe siesta system?
I mean, in my mind, yeah. Because I'm like, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
With our shop.
We're voting it in.
But also, I don't know. No, people would be a bit upset. For sure.
What are you talking about? We're in the US here.
But
go.
We used to do that next day.
We did do that. But we didn't do the siesta part.
No siesta.
No.
No fiesta.
So then hence no fiesta. You have to do the siesta to get the fiesta.
Sometimes you got to work a little so you can ball a lot. My other quote. Right. Well, we got to go have a siesta.
That's it.
Just kidding.
The sleep episode.
By siesta, I mean work. All right. Here it comes.
Oh,
you guys can follow us on Instagram at Tea and Toasties Pod. We post the weekly posts on there every time an episode drops. Subscribe to the YouTube at Tea and Toasties. Follow us anywhere you get your podcasts. Review. I want to see some reviews, please. Give me those kind words.
Just the kind ones.
And yeah, share your friends if you love this podcast. And listen for us next week.
Cheersies.
Cheersies. And
we'll
catch
you next week.
Run it back.
All right, come on. We're better than that.
3, 2, 1.
We'll talk at you next week.
And
TTFN.
Bye.